What's up, guys? Welcome back into the OddsShopper YouTube channel. My name is Geoff Ulrich. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit of no house advantage. We're going over some props and parlays. Going to be talking about their versus the house contest. A couple different ways to play over on no house advantage. They do have their pick'em style contest. That's more DFS style, creating lineups, giving props different values. But in this video, we're going to be talking about their versus the house contest, where we're creating parlay style multiplier tickets. We're going to lean on those projections over at stochastic.com to look for some solid props, use some of the tools there and some of the tools at OddsShopper as well, where we can look for good values just across all the different books. You can check that out after you're done watching this video. If you could give this video a like and subscribe, that'd be awesome too. And if you are new to No House Advantage, use promo code Stochastic when you're signing up there, people. You get a free $50 match deposit bonus. Again, promo code Stochastic. Really easy, gives you a little bit of money to play around with on the site. So again, we're going to be going over NBA props in this video for Friday, November 11th. Got a pretty good selection of games as well. Yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't really have anything else to say. I got 4 good props here, and I want to talk about them. And again, on No House Advantage, you can create, props. You can use a couple props. You can use up to 4 or 5. We're going to go over 4 in this video, and then I'm going to let you decide how you kind of want to use them in your lineups. But again, those multipliers on No House Advantage, you can create big parlay style, big payouts for yourselves as well. So just keep that in mind. So let's get into it. I'm going to talk about Jamal Murray first. He's got an 18.5 prop up at No House Advantage, and I like going under on this one. We do have a pretty big total up between Boston and Denver. It's 230 right now. You've got a pretty big close point spread. It's 4.5 right now in favor of the Celtics. But I just don't like this matchup for Murray. I think one thing that we've seen from the Celtics, it's a tough matchup for opposing guards. Jamal Murray, too, you look at his usage over the last few games, the points have been kind of up and down. Like he's not attempting a ton of shots, not attempting a ton of threes. He had a game a couple nights ago where he didn't attempt a single three-pointer. That just makes it tough for Jamal Murray to get over this kind of point prop. And again, you look at what he's done over his last few games, he's kind of been trending more towards going under on these. I think when you add in the tough matchup against Boston on the road here, I think that he's going to be looking to be a bit more of a facilitator here, probably leaning on Nikola Jokic a lot will be the Denver Nuggets. Not that they don't do that every game, but even more so against the Celtics here, especially just being, having a tough set of guards to go up against. So Jamal Murray, a player trending. We have trending towards the under. I think this point prop is just a little bit too big on Jamal Murray tonight, given the matchup. And again, I'm going to lean on the projections and everything here and go under that 18.5 points. Again, just a player who hasn't been attempting a ton of shots, really hasn't been shooting that well either. And I think it's a great under spot considering the opponent. Let's stick with, this kind of under trend. I guess I was going to say the guard trend, but it's Gary Trent. We're going to talk about Gary Trent Jr. All right, blew it. We're going to go to the Toronto Raptor game. Raptors taking on OKC here. You got Gary Trent Jr. I got him as an under as well. We're going to go under 2.5 3-point props on his 3-point prop, going up against OKC. Again, the Thunder aren't a terrible matchup, but they're a slower paced team. And defensively, like they allow a lot of rebounds, but from the outside, they're kind of more league average. It's not really a spot where I would want to go nuts with 3-point shooters going up against OKC as well. We have a really low point total here as well, just for the NBA anyways, at 2.8. It's hovering around 218. It's kind of fluctuated a little bit, 218, 219, but the Raptors are favorites on the road here. And the thing about Gary Trent Jr., much like Jamal Murray, like his shooting just hasn't been that great. With Trent Jr., it's been a little bit more of a volume issue as well, not playing as many minutes. He hasn't gone over 19 points in either of his last 4 games. And again, like we're asking him to drain 3-pointers here to go over here. I think the exact opposite is probably going to happen. Not sure if, the Raptors are going to be taking a ton of threes necessarily in this game. And Trent Jr. has just been getting a little bit less rotation usage. So all in all, I think it's a great under. 2.5 is a big line. I wouldn't have been shocked if we had gotten a 1.5 line here on Gary Trent Jr. So the fact we're getting a 2.5 makes me want to take the under here. Again, a player just trending, less shots, less volume. It hasn't necessarily been lighting it up just as a shooter either. And the matchup really isn't that great. Again, slower paced teams here involved with Toronto and OKC. I just don't think either one's going to be looking to push the pace. Give me the under on Gary Trent Jr., 2.5 3-pointers for a second pick. All right, I do have some overs here. Don't worry, people. The over crowd, get excited because the next 2 are going to be overs. And we're going to stick with this 3-point prop as well. So we're going to go to De'Aaron Fox out over in Sacramento, taking on obviously the Lakers today. It's going to be a LeBron-less Lakers. And again, this really definitely has me bullish. You got to take someone here. You got to look at the Kings pretty hard today, probably looking at some overs. And I like De'Aaron Fox's over for the three-pointers. We only have a 1.5 three-point line from Fox, but he's taken 16 three-point attempts over his last 3 games. And again, no LeBron James out there. There's just going to be more space. That big wingspan isn't there necessarily, again, in the face of the Kings players. I like this one. I think De'Aaron Fox shows up in this game. Again, I like the trend with the way he's shooting. Even if he's not the most efficient three-point shooter, if you're going to take 3 or 4 or 5, like basically averaging 5 three-point shots a game, and you only have a 1.5 line, we're going to lean over here most of the time. And again, Lakers, losing their best defensive player in LeBron or one of their best. And then you've just got a pretty good pace-up spot. I mean, the Lakers play at a fast pace. The Kings are 4-point favorites on the road. So De'Aaron Fox really projected to be playing the full game here. Only a 1.5 three-point line. I think this is an easy over tonight. I like hitting some Sacramento overs in general. And this is the one I like the most on Fox. Glad we're still getting a 1.5 line there. So let's end with another over like I promised. Let's go to the Spurs-Bucks game because we have another big name out in Antetokounmpo, obviously out for the Bucks, it looks like tonight. So Keldon Johnson on the other side is a player I want to target for the Spurs. Again, we've got a very close point spread in this game between Milwaukee and San Antonio. Only 2 points. It's not the biggest point total in the world here at 220, 219, but Keldon Johnson's usage is through the roof, playing well over 30 minutes per game. That's not going to change here, in my opinion, against, again, an Antetokounmpo-less Bucks. 22.5 points is his point prop. We're going to go over that. He's hit the over on this in 5 of his last 7 games as well. Keldon Johnson's a player you could also look to take 3-point props up. We don't have a 3-point prop to go over on no house advantage, but I do not mind just the pure points total here. Again, one of the best defensive players out for the Bucks. Now you've got Keldon Johnson in a close game against a team who's going to be a little bit deficient on the defensive side as well. And really, you look at what the Bucks do good or do well, I should say. They're not necessarily a team that that you need to worry about just in terms of like 3-point shooters as well. That's potentially like a not the worst matchup for Keldon Johnson going up, especially with Antetokounmpo not out there and that big wingspan gone. So Keldon Johnson over 22.5 points. Again, the usage for him been through the roof all season, the last 4 or 5 games, well over 30 minutes. He's gone over this total in 5 of his last 7 as well. Let's take that as our final selection. So put up 4 props here for you guys on this Friday. We're going to go Jamal Murray under 18.5 points. Tough matchup against Boston for him. Gary Trent Jr. under 2.5 three-pointers. Again, just his usage has been down. Should be a slower paced game against OKC. And we're going to go De'Aaron Fox over 1.5 three-pointers. Love the matchup. Lakers, no LeBron, looks like. Keldon Johnson over 22.5 points for the Spurs. Again, really close spread there for the between the Spurs and the Bucks, and Keldon Johnson just shooting the ball a ton and shooting it well. And I just don't expect that to stop today against the Bucks. So those are going to be our 4 props. Thanks a lot, guys, for checking out this video. Smash that like button if you could on your way out. And again, if you're new to No House Advantage, use promo code Stochastic, $50 match deposit bonus when you sign up there. Free projections over on Stochastic.com too. Hey, check out the next video coming up on the OddsShopper YouTube channel here too, guys. Lots of great advice across all the major sports. My name is Geoff Ulrich. Hope you have a great Friday of NBA action. We'll talk to you again soon.